Today, we'll explore one of the most important topics all car owners need to know, which is the engine cooling system. We'll look into how they work to keep the engine from overheating and undercooling. Stay to the end as we'll look at its parts and various types. As a technician or car owner, you need to understand how your engine cooling system works and how it can cause a catastrophic breakdown. So stay with us till the end. This video might save your future engine. Quick recap. The cooling system's job is to make sure your engine stays at the perfect temperature. If any part of the system fails, your engine can get too hot, and that's when the trouble begins. When your car engine doesn't cool down properly, bad things happen to it as fast as possible. Parts wear out faster, more nasty stuff gets released into the air, and worst of all, your engine becomes less efficient. For an engine to stay cool, engine coolant, also known as antifreeze for its ability to withstand freezing, is circulated through passages inside the engine block. This is where it absorbs heat by way of conduction. The warmed coolant then leaves the engine and carries the heat with it. This allows the engine to cool. Now, let's move deeper for proper explanations. But if you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. We post insightful auto tips weekly. So, what is a cooling system in an automobile engine? The cooling system is a system of parts and fluid that work together to control an engine's operating temperature for optimal performance. A vehicle's cooling system is a set of components that work together to keep the engine cool. This system components include a radiator to remove heat, a fan or fans to ensure adequate airflow for radiator cooling, and a thermostat valve that opens when the desired operating temperature is reached and circulates coolant through the engine. You should note that your car cooling system does not only keep the engine cool, but keeps its temperature warm enough to ensure efficient, clean operation. To do this, a water pump or coolant pump is included, and other components. Most vehicles now use an expansion tank that allows coolant to expand and exit the cooling circuit when it is hot, and when the car is stopped and the engine is cold. The cooling system also includes elements of the cabin ventilation system, as engine heat is used to heat the car interior. This is why the cooling system is super important. This is because a bad cooling system can cause head gaskets to explode, engine block to crack, and the heat can even make the pistons stick to the cylinders. Trust me, you don't want to be in this situation. It's like saying goodbye to your engine and shelling out for a new one.
So it's crucial to take care of your engine cooling system and understand how it works. Treat it right, and it'll keep your engine cool and happy for miles and miles. Let me go further to explain the function of an engine cooling system. An engine cooling system serves three important functions. First, it removes excess heat from the engine. Second, it maintains the engine operating temperature where it works most efficiently. Third, it brings the engine up to the right operating temperature as quickly as possible. You actually need cooling systems in an IC engine because during the operation, the temperature inside the engine can go up to 2,500 degrees centigrade, source how stuff works, which is above the melting point of the components used to make the engine. So we need to use the cooling system to dissipate the heat as much as possible. We also need a lubrication system for the proper functioning of the engine, but due to the high heat, the property of lubricating oil can be changed. That result seizes the engine, so to avoid that, we need to use a cooling system. Sometimes, due to the enormous heat, thermal stress is built up inside the engine. So to minimize the stress, we need to keep the engine temperature as low as possible. Moving forward, we'll look at the various parts in your car engine cooling system and their function. The components of a car cooling system are the water pump, freeze plugs, thermostat, radiator, cooling fans, heater core, pressure cap, overflow tank, and hoses.
Cooling fan. The cooling fan is located at the very front of the engine and is designed to turn on when the coolant begins to get too hot. It will turn back off once the coolant has lowered in temperature. Its function is to cool the coolant in the radiator. Radiator. The heated coolant from the engine flows into the radiator inlet, is passed through a series of tubes and fins that effectively dissipate heat from the coolant. We can also say the radiator serves as storage that keeps the coolant. Water pump. The water pump is considered the heart of the cooling system. It is usually located on the front of the cylinder block. A hose carries cooled coolant from the radiator to the water pump. A belt or chain turns the water pump shaft and coolant enters the center of the pump. The water pump has fan-like blades on an impeller that spins. This creates centrifugal force that move the liquid outward. Coolant is routed through the engine, cylinder heads, and intake manifold by way of water jackets. The coolant then absorbs heat from the engine components, and once hot, leaves the engine and enters the radiator once again to begin the next cooling cycle. Belts. The belt is often the driving link which turns the water pump. Timing chains sometimes perform the job of driving the water pump instead of the belt. They must always be in good condition and have the proper amount of tension to turn the pump at the correct speed. This will help to avoid engine damage due to misaligned internal engine components. Radiator cap. The radiator cap is responsible for maintaining the proper amount of cooling system pressure. If the amount increases above the set pressure point, a spring-loaded valve in the cap releases extra pressure. Thermostat. The purpose of a thermostat regulates the flow of coolant into the engine, keeping it at its optimum operating temperature. The thermostat is closed when the engine is cold. As the engine heats up, the thermostat opens and allows coolant from the radiator to circulate. Hoses. The hose help to carry coolant to and from the radiator and heater core assembly. You should always inspect your hose to ensure there is no breakage. A damaged hose is the easiest way your coolant can leak away.
Antifreeze coolant. As coolant or antifreeze flows through a hot engine, it absorbs engine heat to be dissipated in the radiator. Most coolant contains anti-rust and corrosion additives that prevent sediment buildup and premature cooling system component failure. Coolants are available in a variety of colors and formulas. Always use the formula and mixture recommended by the vehicle manufacturer. Fan clutch. The fan clutch engages as needed to draw air through the radiator. It allows the fan to freewheel when air is not needed. This helps in reducing horsepower loss and improving fuel efficiency. Note, not all vehicles are equipped with a fan clutch. Freeze plug. This is a steel plug designed to seal holes in the engine block and cylinder heads. It is created from a casting process. In freezing weather, they may push out if there's not enough antifreeze protection. Head gasket, timing cover gasket. These seals are the major parts of your engine as they prevent oil, antifreeze, and cylinder pressure from mixing together. Lastly, the heater core. This part provides heat to the interior of the car by using heat removed from the antifreeze and blown in by the blower motor. If you are liking the video so far, kindly subscribe to our channel. We post insightful videos weekly. So, how does a car cooling system work? A car's cooling system keeps the engine from getting too hot or too cold while the vehicle is running. It works by circulating coolant, also called antifreeze, through the engine to absorb heat and carry it away. The system includes important parts like the water pump, thermostat, radiator, hoses, belts, and radiator cap. The water pump moves coolant through the engine, where it absorbs heat. The thermostat then controls when the hot coolant is sent to the radiator. Inside the radiator, air cools the fluid before it circulates back through the engine again. Coolant is specially designed to handle extreme temperatures while also preventing rust and lubricating cooling system parts. Modern vehicles may use electric water pumps and cooling fans to improve efficiency. If any cooling system component fails, such as a leaking water pump, stuck thermostat, clogged radiator, damaged hoses, or faulty cooling fan, the engine can overheat and cause serious damage. The radiator cap also plays an important role by controlling system pressure, which helps raise the coolant's boiling point and keeps the system working properly.
Regular maintenance is essential. Checking belts, hoses, coolant levels, and using the correct coolant mixture can help prevent overheating and expensive repairs. It's also recommended to flush the cooling system before installing new parts so dirt and old debris do not damage the new components. Now, step forward to explain the common types of engine cooling systems. Generally, the two types of cooling systems are an air cooling system and the water cooling system. An air cooling system removes heat by using air to cool hot engine parts directly. It works by increasing airflow around the engine and expanding the surface area with cooling fins. These fins help release heat faster, while fans may also be used to blow cool air over the engine for better cooling performance. There are two common types of cooling pads used in air cooling systems: honeycomb and Excelsior pads. For air cooling to work properly, the surrounding air must always be cooler than the object being cooled. Air-cooled engines depend on air flowing over metal fins around the engine to maintain safe operating temperatures. In combustion engines, most heat escapes through the exhaust system, while a smaller portion is removed through the cooling fins and engine oil. The oil also helps carry away heat in addition to lubricating engine parts. These systems are commonly found in motorcycles, scooters, tractors, lawnmowers, generators, aircraft, and other machines where liquid cooling may not be practical. Advantages of air cooling systems: lightweight design, no coolant or antifreeze needed, works well in areas with limited water supply, simple construction and maintenance, requires less space, no need for regular water topping, helps prevent overheating of engine components and electronics, can improve overall performance. Disadvantages of air cooling systems: produces more operational noise, less efficient than liquid cooling because air transfers heat less effectively. Air cooling systems are popular because they are simple, reliable, and cost-effective, especially for smaller engines and machines. If you are liking the video so far, kindly subscribe to our channel. We post insightful automobile videos weekly. So now let's continue.
A water cooling system is the most common engine cooling method used in modern vehicles. It works by circulating water or coolant through passages, called water jackets, around the engine cylinders. As the coolant flows through the engine, it absorbs heat and carries it to the radiator, where the heat is released into the air. The system is made up of several important parts, including the radiator, water pump, thermostat valve, cooling fan, belts, and hoses. The water pump keeps the coolant moving through the system, while the thermostat controls the coolant temperature by deciding when it should flow to the radiator for cooling. Inside the radiator, the hot coolant passes through small tubes, while air flows across them, cooling the liquid before it returns to the engine again. Airflow is created either by the vehicle moving forward or by the cooling fan. Although water is commonly used, modern engines often use special coolants because they provide better protection against rust, corrosion, and overheating. These coolants also help improve engine performance and efficiency. The cooling system helps maintain the engine's ideal operating temperature, usually between 80 degrees Celsius and 90 degrees Celsius. Keeping the engine within this range improves performance, fuel efficiency, and engine life. A quick one here. Have you ever experienced overheating in your car? Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section. Remember, someone is learning from your experience. Now, let's continue. Types of water cooling systems. 1. Thermosiphon system. This system works without a water pump. It relies on natural convection, where hot water rises and cooler water sinks. As the heated coolant moves to the radiator and cools down, it circulates back to the engine naturally. It is simple and inexpensive, but less efficient because the cooling rate depends only on temperature differences, not engine speed. Due to its limitations, it is rarely used in modern vehicles.
2. Pump circulation system. This is the most widely used water cooling system today. A centrifugal water pump circulates coolant through the engine and radiator continuously. The pump is usually driven by a belt connected to the crankshaft. As engine speed increases, coolant circulation also increases, providing better cooling performance. This system is highly efficient and suitable for powerful modern engines. Advantages of water cooling systems: high heat transfer efficiency, suitable for large and powerful engines, better thermal conductivity, water and coolant are easily available, provides more effective cooling than air cooling, helps maintain stable engine temperature. Disadvantages of water cooling systems: corrosion may occur inside pipes and the radiator. Scaling and deposits can reduce cooling efficiency over time. Requires regular maintenance and cleaning. More complex than air cooling systems. Applications of water-cooled engines. Water-cooled engines are commonly used in modern cars, buses, trucks, and other heavy-duty vehicles because they provide reliable and efficient cooling for high-performance engines. Moving forward, let's explore the signs of a cooling system
its most common problems, and how much it will cost you to repair it in today's auto market. The common signs you will notice if your engine cooling system is faulty are low fluid level, poor quality coolant, coolant leak, engine overheating, engine not
Starting, and warning lights. One of the most common yet serious problems that you may encounter in the cooling system is a radiator leak. A crack or leak from the radiator can lead to significant loss of coolant or antifreeze. Without these fluids present in the cooling system, air bubbles start to develop. So, finally, how much does it cost to replace your engine coolant system? The cost of a coolant or antifreeze change will depend on your vehicle's type and size. On average, you can expect to pay between $100 and $200 for a standard coolant change. Replacing the entire cooling system on your vehicle will be costly because it involves several important parts that work together to keep the engine cool, so confirm the price from your local mechanic. I hope this video was helpful. If so, kindly subscribe, like, and share with others. What is your take on this video? Kindly comment on what you would like me to cover next. Thanks for watching. See you around.